When I was in college, I bought Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. I actually have a receipt here. This is a receipt from Borders. You can barely see it. It's so faded and burned out, but it's from February 11th, 2007. And when I read Meditations for the first time, I mean, it's an incredibly powerful, moving book, but you can imagine being 18 or 19 years old and you're being exposed to some of the greatest wisdom in history. It just falls on you like a ton of bricks. Hey, it's Ryan Holiday. Thank you so much for supporting Daily Stoic. It means a lot and it helps us when you like and subscribe and comment on our videos. When you follow us on social media, we're at Daily Stoic on pretty much every platform. You can also check out dailystoic.com/store. That's how we keep these videos high quality and ad-free. If you want to support us, buy one of our awesome philosophically inspired products. Thank you for all the support. I think one of the passages that struck me the most, it struck me so much that at the time I typed the entire thing up and I printed it out and I put it on the wall of my apartment next to my bed in college. And it's this passage. Marcus Aurelius, he opens book 5 with it. He says, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I am going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for, to huddle under the blankets and stay warm?" And then he has like this little conversation with himself. He goes, "But it's nicer here." And I think anyone that's not wanted to get out of bed in the morning has had this dialogue. "So you were born to feel nice," he says, "instead of doing things and experiencing them. Don't you see plants, birds and ants and spiders and bees going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order as best they can, and you're not willing to do your job as a human being? Why aren't you running to do what your nature demands?" "But we have to sleep sometimes," he complains. "Agreed, but nature set a limit to that, as it did on eating and drinking, and you're over the limit. You've had more than enough of that, but not of working. There, you're still below your quota." And then I think the part that really struck me as a kid who didn't want to go to school, who was struggling to find who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do in life, he says, "You don't love yourself enough, or you love your nature too and what it demands of you. People who love what they do wear themselves down doing it. They forget to wash and eat. Do you have less respect for your own nature than the engraver does for engraving, or the dancer for the dance, the miser for money, or the social climber for status? When they're really possessed by what they do, they'd rather stop eating and sleeping than give up practicing their arts." You can see I even have it highlighted here. I have a other copy and I literally wrote with a highlighter, I just wrote F-U-C-K exclamation point. It's just so exactly what I needed to hear. And it's probably exactly what you need to hear. It's what every young kid needs to hear. You gotta get up, you gotta get to work, you gotta get going. Now's the time. We have no idea how long we're here for. And if you really loved what you do, you'd wear yourself down doing it.
I also found that there was a great boomer message at the end of this book where you talk about having stillness, having awareness, having a real life. It leads to a happier death, that you come to terms with, I lived my life.
Sure.
Because that's how I want to do it. I want to slide sideways into the end, stick the landing.
Yeah, you know, we don't want to think about the fact that there's an end to this story. It's unpleasant, and we kind of think that it's morbid. So we not only don't think about death, we kind of pretend that it doesn't exist. But in almost all
I don't. I have a playlist for my service.
Oh, that's so great.
I want to live my life, but go ahead.
In almost all the philosophical schools, they actively talk about and meditate on mortality, believing it was a hugely insightful practice. So actually, here, I'll give you one. I have a coin in my pocket. I carry this coin, and it says, Memento Mori. And these are the 3 themes of life: an hourglass, which is time, skull, which is death, and a flower, which is life.
Wow.
But on the back, it has a quote from Marcus Aurelius. He said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think."
No kidding.
And so I try to always act, I meditate on death not to be morbid or to be depressed or say none of this matters, but to say, this really does matter. This could be the last conversation I have. When I left this morning, that could be the last time I saw my kids.
This could be my last day.
Exactly.
What do I want it to mean? And honestly, I think there's something, I don't find it morbid at all. It helps me remind myself how precious time is.
Totally.
How precious life is. And it gets me to sober right up for what I'm doing with my time.
It pulls you into the present, and then I think it also has the effect of gratitude, right? So
Absolutely.
Seneca, one of the other Stoics, he would say that when you balance the books of life each day, when you finish the day and you go, I've lived my life, when you wake up in the morning, you're like, this is house money.
Bonus.
Yeah, this is a bonus day. And so it can actually be really freeing and prioritizing and relaxing, because you go, on the one hand, this day matters because it's the only day. But also if it's a bonus day, you don't have to, you're sitting in traffic. That's what you're doing today, right? It's not, nothing's being taken from you, nothing's being stolen from you. You come back to the present and you do the best you can right in this moment. And to me, that's what stillness is.
Amen.